but it's starting to fill in. We're starting to get this whole tableau of figures moving around. and that's a good thing. And hopefully we can take that and very quickly move on. Because I got more comics to make. I want to get started on, if you've been watching my other series of Volehammer 40K or just Volehammer, I've already done one kind of mutant apocalypse type story that I did exclusively for Instagram. So if you're not following my Instagram, please follow RabbitFighter13 on Instagram, and you should see some pretty cool stuff. There's 2 comics that are on there that are just for Instagram, and they're done in the photo carousels. I've done the kind of the first installment for 2 of these comics. One's called Comet the Duck. It's kind of it's inspired by Carl Barks, but certainly there's a bit of Walt Kelly in there as well. And definitely some Floyd Gottfredson, if you know who that is, in there as well. And as I said, the Instagram photo carousel can handle up to 10 plates, 10 photos. So that's 10 pages of comics. Not 10 panels, but 10 pages. Because, I used to think that, okay, well, if I really want to adapt to the webcomics, the way of life, the way that everyone does it, I'm not sure what this, who pioneered this method. I'm assuming it's either Japan or Korea. I tend to think of it as a Korean style. It's just like one panel, and then you flick up, it's set for your phone, and then you get the next panel, etc. But going back to my philosophy that a panel is a story, and then a page is also a story. I was kind of insistent that we put multiple panels in. Now it's fairly simplistic because I know I've got less room. So for example, this is the Eden story. This is one of the stories. Let me these are on Instagram, and so you can kind of flick through. This is a single panel. This is kind of when I'm like, okay, this is what it's going to be, these square panels. But then I figured out, wait, I could do 4 panels for this sequence. Otherwise I end up wasting, like my whole comic would be, it would end almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it wouldn't end where anything happens. I can fit so much more on a page. Now it isn't the same number of panels. Typically I would do between, 5 panels a page is pretty average for me. And here I'm not doing that many. I'm doing a lot fewer. I'm doing like 1 to 3 generally. There's one with 4. This is my Comet the Duck one, which is the animal story. Funny animal comic. And it's got a bit of the Carl Barks to it, and also a bit of Walt Kelly to it, in my opinion anyways. Comet Explores Mystery Island. Instagram really is, it's kind of the place to, if you really want to share comics, I think that's probably one of the best places to do it. So you'll get immediate feedback. You can't fake it. There's no faking. Too many people are just faking it, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I'm working on comics. But are they really? Oof. I'm loath to change this, but I know it's kind of got problems. If I make his arm bigger, it should be okay. Gotta make his head bigger too. Let's do this head. This is one of the more decayed zombies. I definitely picked up a lot of followers during Inktober. I think Inktober is probably one of the best times to really start to pick up followers on social media, because they can see what you're doing. You know, if you're posting your Inktobers. I got tons of engagement right around then, more than I've ever gotten anywhere else. But it's also where you can also look at everybody else's work too, you know. Because everyone's posting it, and just follow the right hashtag and you can see it. Ah yes, degeneracy. There we go. I'm wondering if I make his head bigger. I think I might. Just by a little bit. One of the things about this desert setting is everything is hard light. And I don't think it'll always be hard light. I think that one of the ways I'll transition when I go to the next part of the story is I'll transition the shadows away from hard light shadows, or direct light, I think they're called. To show a softer light. I had an idea actually on the way home from work. About really kind of injuring one of these characters and then having them pick up some cyborg parts. That might be cool. That might be a cool plot. Like maybe they end up at some kind of futuristic world. You know, like just like in Star Wars, you know, Luke gets the new hand when his hand gets cut off. And it's been established that Rabbit Fighter is missing this eye. He's got this scarred eye. Maybe that's not the one I would do, though. Alright, it's starting to come together. I'm kind of glad I worked on this offline a little bit. When you're doing the inking like this, it gives you a chance to kind of correct your figures. It's your last bite at the apple because you know, after that you're either going to redraw. So you notice I don't always follow the pencil lines of what's been laid down. Like I had this foot wave it a little slightly back further. You know, but as I'm putting it together, I'm thinking, oh, you know what, we could just leave it right there. My numbers are looking good. I want to get this done so I can put it in the latest book. I hadn't originally planned on it. I kind of started it after I finished several other comics for Monster. And it seems kind of ridiculous because I'm giving myself less than 3 weeks to finish it. But here we are at page 9. And my initial estimate was to go to page 12. So it's not an impossibility at all for me to get there. Well, zombies don't look this calm normally. I just realized I haven't seen anything from Marsh lately. Wonder what's up. Is that a big head for that figure? It's slightly big. Let's shrink it down just a bit. Well, I raised it up a little bit, you may have noticed, and now I'm rethinking it. You know, bringing the head down on the shoulders is a good way to show a fighting stance, kind of. Drop the shoulder a little bit, make him a little bit tough looking. zombie look a little bit more emaciated and diseased looking. I've been reading Tezuka's Life of the Buddha. I'm close to the end of volume 2. Tata has grown up. And Siddhartha has he abandoned ship yet? I think he's kind of abandoned. He needs to, kingdom is being threatened. I get the names mixed up. Kokala? Kokala is being threatened by Shakya, or Shakya's, maybe that's the one. And in order to appease the king of the neighboring province, he's going to go and become a monk. Let's do this thumb right here. I may have got proportions wrong, but we'll figure that out in a second. I know I got the line weights wrong. All right. This line weight is especially troubled. It's kind of funny. I was looking at some Alex Toth artwork for the Galaxy Trio, if you know who that is. And they had what was her name? Galaxy Girl or Vapor Girl? I can't remember. Meteor Man. That's the one who had the kind of the stretching power. I think it's Vapor Girl or something like that. The one that can turn into mists. I'm not sure this is a good foot. All right, let's get up on the good foot. All right, that's a little bit better. But it shows on the and this is just on like the turnarounds where they're the character models. But like it shows like one thigh, and he's got like a super thick outline that he did, but it's just one beautiful, graceful, line that he did. And it's completely seems to controvert everything that I learned in inking from Prado, and yet it still works. So maybe there are more than a few ways to do things. I mean, obviously that's the case. There are. We've also kind of established, in my mind anyways, that there are two, in my mind, opposing schools of design, which are the Kirby school and the Alex Toth school, which also does not account for Steve Rude, who is somehow able to do both, seamlessly melding both, but to me they're almost diametrically opposed. Oh, that foot is wrong. Foot should be forward. I think we're gonna have to go with some more, ground texture to really make this guy kind of pop out. Also, his silhouette is a bit wrong. It's a bit on the wrong side. This line is too stupid. This line is a bit stupid. This foot does not meet the minimum standard. What is this? You call this a toe? I need somebody here to like yell at me for that. Alright, let's see. How about that? Alright, he's only kind of a minor background character. We can actually put a let's put a tree or like a shrub in the background. And we'll drop the pencil there. See what's good. See, we can get a little bit ridiculous now that we know where the pencil layer is gone. Well, maybe not too ridiculous. We're starting to get close to something. Trying to avoid any lost edges. Oof. All right. There it is at about actual size. I don't know, is it getting too cluttered up? There's only one other figure. Well, there's two other figures. 1, 2. 1, 2. Trying to use this hatching to denote that it's a different material than the rest of his poncho, like different jeans. This I think I did wrong. Let's redo it. Nope, I did it wrong again. Alright. We want to make the hatching kind of move in the angle of the cylinder. And still have it be kind of like fine enough to where it reads. So that seems to work. I'll have to do the same to this leg, kind of. I may end up having to halo this arm right here. This is the halo effect, is where you just sort of very carefully unstitch a white outline out all around him. Like in context, I think it's okay. I think it works. All right. Alright, how about that? We went a little bit outside the boundaries, but we can easily fix that up. Same thing, let's fix that halo. Something we might be doing with a white pen, you know? Alright. That seems to kind of work. Alright, I have a zombie in the back. This one looks like one of my Phantom Creeps kind of zombies. As a joke, I could give him like these big out nostrils and give him, this will be the Phantom Creeps zombie. Not everyone knows Bela Lugosi versus or the Phantom Creeps movie. It's a serial. Like, it was true, this Phantom Creeps, we'd have the ears go like really long, but we won't do that. Happy, not quite Friday, it's Thursday. It is Friday for me, it's Veterans Day, and I am a veteran. Okay, how about that? That's a very monstery hand right there. Very, very monster Monsterlicious right there. Looking good. Not sure what this elbow is doing, but some scraps of cloth. I think if another inking class were to come up for Qbert School Online, I would definitely take it. A lot you can learn. I only did the one. I know they ran it a couple of times because I ran into somebody who had taken it before I'd taken it. And I didn't think they were very good artists, but their inking was really pretty good. And I think later on I saw some of their art later on, and I was like, wow, this is looking really good. People improve over time. Of course, you got to balance that with how long do you want to wait to complete your masterpiece, dude, I guess. This is a fake horizon line. There's a tree. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you hear the postman or something. Shibby. What did I just do? I went to eraser. Alright, how about this? Okay, all that's looking good. About 35 minutes in. In order to not make this too tedious, I'll just leave it, and I'm just going to ink this guy next. This guy's getting thrown. And then this is going to be a slightly more complicated panel, this inset panel right here. I might have to simplify it, but it's really should feature, everything's kind of coming in towards this hand reaching for the crowbar. So let's pull the pencil layer off so it doesn't clutter anything up. Are we getting somewhere? Are we getting somewhere good? I think we are. One thing I haven't done, and I'm regretting right now, is I haven't put in my dialogue yet. Dialogue, putting it in at this stage is a good idea, just because that way you know where things are going, and if there's going to be an area that you have to skimp on, you can stick it behind a dialogue balloon if you really have to. Oh no, I don't like this guy's back here. Alright, remember to like, follow, subscribe if you want to hear my controversial opinions about having a work ethic and not being such a fucking pretender and a fake. They're not that controversial. This is minimal effort type stuff, right? Like, follow, and subscribe. Tune in tomorrow. I will have more Rabbit Fighter. In fact, I have a whole 3-day weekend. So I'm going to try and use that to draw another page, even if I don't get this one finished, so that I can dive right into 10 when I get the chance. And once we have 10 drawn, we'll know where we're going with 11 and 12, hopefully. And we'll know where we can finally bring this whole story to a close. So, see you later. Stay golden. Stay golden, Pony Boy.